Yes, good morning, students.
Morning, madam.
Good morning. We performed addition and subtraction, right, on the 2's complement data. Why it is 2's complement is we took the 2's complement of the negative numbers, right? When a negative number is to be added or subtracted, what we did is we took the 2's complement of that number. So the number was in 2's complement form. And when the result is obtained, if it is a negative number, it is in 2's complement form. For addition and subtraction, we did there. And now here we are starting a new chapter, computer arithmetic. Okay, what we are going to learn in this chapter is performing all the arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division on the different forms of data. Data may be in a binary form or decimal form, and it may also be in a fixed point representation or a floating point representation. The signed numbers may be in signed magnitude or signed complement representation. So when the data is simple, okay, in a simple form, it is easy to perform these operations. But when the data are in different forms, okay, with arithmetic operations become more complicated. So here we are going to discuss how we perform the arithmetic operations on the different forms of numbers and also how we implement it in a computer, okay. To recollect, if you take a fixed point number, fixed point representation has three components. The sign of the number, 1-bit sign, and integer part of the number and fraction part. Okay, so these are the three parts of the fixed point number representation: the fractional part, integer part, and the sign bit. The nth bit is the sign bit. If there are n bits in the data, nth bit is the sign bit. Okay, I already told you it may be 0 or 1. 0 represents positive number, and if the number sign is 1, it is a negative number. And we can represent this using signed magnitude representation or 1's complement representation or 2's complement representation. Signed magnitude representation is if the number is 101, and if it is a negative number, how we write 101. This is a number, right? And it is 5 positive, negative 5, it is -5. And 1's complement representation of this number, you can tell me?
101.
0101.
1010.
Yes, 1010. Okay, this is the 1's complement representation of the given number. And the 2's complement representation is we add 1 to this. So it becomes 0, 1, 1. Okay, so the number can be represented in any of these forms. So to start with, we first see how addition and subtraction are performed. Okay, we are going to discuss both these conditions: addition and subtraction with signed magnitude data, addition and subtraction with signed 2's complement data. Yes, so if you observe this table, the 8 possible conditions are both the numbers may be positive. For addition, if you take the 4 possible conditions are both the numbers may be positive or both the numbers may be negative, or we have one positive and one negative. Okay, so A is positive and B is negative, or B is positive and A is negative. And when both the signs are same, we add the magnitudes and give the sign. And when the signs are different, okay, we compare the numbers A and B. And if A is greater than B, we subtract B from A. And if A is less than B, we subtract A from B, right? And we give the sign of the bigger number. And for subtraction, it is just the other way. Okay, if the signs are same, we subtract, we compare the magnitudes and subtract and give the sign of the bigger number. When the signs are different, we add the magnitudes. So here, as these are the operations, what all the operations need to be performed here? One is addition, right? Here in yes, a plus b has to be done, a plus b, okay, this is addition. So one of the operation is addition. And the other operation we have to perform is comparing the magnitudes, okay? Comparing if a is greater than b or b is greater than a. And the other operation is performing subtractions. We need to either subtract b from a or we need to subtract a from b. Okay, so these are three major operations we perform here. So if we have to implement these operations in a computer, we need an adder. Okay, we need in computer, all these operations can be implemented using the logic circuits. So we need an adder, one adder to perform this addition, and we need a comparator, right? That compares the magnitude. We need a comparator circuit that compares the magnitude A and B and performs the operations, addition or subtraction accordingly. Okay, that is the second component we need. And the third component, what is the third component we need here? Yes, what is the other operation? We need an adder to add and a comparator to compare the magnitudes. And the other operation is? Yes, you can respond. Otherwise, how will I know if you are understanding or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What is the other operation? Okay, we are adding A and B, comparing A and B, and then what other operation? Okay, so let's continue here. We perform addition and we also compare these magnitudes A and B, and we perform subtraction. Correct? So the circuits we need are, the logic circuits we need to implement this are an adder, a comparator to compare the magnitudes A and B, to check if A is greater than B or B is greater than A, and a subtractor. Okay, two subtractors we need, one to subtract B from A and the other subtractor to subtract A from B. So here how we implement it in hardware, A and B be the two registers. Okay, we need two registers that hold the numbers A and B. Okay, we have considered A and B as the two numbers. So we need two registers to hold the magnitudes of A and B, the two numbers. And AS and BS be two flip-flops that holds the corresponding signs. Flip-flops are a single bit register, okay, that can have only two states. It can hold only single bit. Otherwise, if you take A and B, the magnitudes, the numbers will have more number of bits and the number gets stored in the registers. But AS and BS are the flip-flops. They are the 1-bit register, okay, that is used to store the sign bit, because sign bit can be either, the sign of the number can be either positive or negative. Okay, so we just need to store either 1 or 0. Okay, so we take a flip-flop here. Okay, AS and BS are the flip-flops that hold the corresponding sign. And we need a third register to store the result of A and B. We can either take a third register to store the result, or we can add A and B and store the result in one of these registers only. So what are the components needed, okay, for this performing these operations? Okay, addition, for all these conditions, we add and we compare and we subtract the numbers. Okay, the simplified process requires an adder and a complementer. We don't need a comparator here. So if we see the hardware implementation, the numbers are stored in A register, the first number, and B register stores the second number. And we have flip-flops AS and BS. AS stores the sign of the number A and BS stores the sign of B. Okay, this is a hardware implementation for signed magnitude addition. So the numbers are not in 2's complement form. The sign bit, and if the number is 5, it will be 101. For the signed magnitude addition and subtraction, the two numbers are A and B. Those are stored in A register and B register, and we have the signed bit stored in AS and BS, the flip-flops. And the two circuits we need to perform this operation are complementer and adder, right? Complementer for complementing the, if the operation to be performed is subtraction, only we need complementer. If the operation to be performed is addition, we don't need this complementer. Directly A and B can be added. Okay, if it is subtraction, we need a complementer because the B is the subtrahend. Okay, A minus B, if it is A minus B, it has to be complemented. B has to be complemented, so we need a complementer circuit. So how it is internally done is, we have a M bit, that is a mode control. It may be either 0 or 1. And if it is 0, if the value of M is 0, that means the operation to be performed is addition. Okay, no need of this complementer. The operation to be performed is addition. Directly A has to be sent to the adder, and B also has to be sent to the adder circuit that adds both the numbers. And when M is 1, okay, if the value of M is 1, that means it is subtraction. So what has to be done? B has to pass through the complementer. Okay, B has to be complemented and then given to the adder. Okay, with A. So A and B, A and the complement, 2's complement of B is added here. Okay, the procedure is here. A and B are the two numbers, and AS and BS are the sign bits. Okay, the two flip-flops that hold the sign bits of A and B. Okay, that says if the number is positive or negative. And here the circuits we need to perform this, we already saw that we need an adder and a complementer, okay, for performing this addition and subtraction. Instead of performing subtraction, we are complementing the subtrahend and adding it to the first number. So here, whether the operation to be performed is addition or subtraction is decided by M. The value of M may be 0 or 1. If it is 0, that means it is addition. And if the value of M is 1, that means it is subtraction. We have to perform subtraction. Okay. So if it is 0, if the value of M is 0, directly B has to be B and A. Okay. The magnitudes of A and B, what is stored in A and B register, has to be added. Okay, parallel adder does that. And if it is 1, if the value of M is 1, it has to be, the value of B has to be complemented. Okay, 2's complement of, this complementer actually does 1's complement, and we add 1 to that finally to make it in 2's complement form. So then finally A is also added to the A and B, complement of B are added by this adder. To understand the addition and subtraction of the signed magnitude numbers, let's take this adder and subtractor circuit. The value of M may be either 0 or 1. Okay. Yeah, I'm taking, let's take two numbers here. I'm taking some small numbers, so the operation would be easy. Let's take +3 and +2. Okay, and 3 is the signed magnitude representation of 3 is 0, 0, 1, 1, and 2 is represented in binary as 0, 0, 1, 0. Okay, here this is the sign bit. Okay, the fourth bit is the sign bit. Let's take the first case. Okay, the value of m is 0, that decides the operation. So if the value of m is 0, that means the operation that need to be performed is addition. So here all the value of m would be 0, and a naught. Here if you take this number, this is a and this is our b. And a naught is the first bit of a, and a1, a2, a3. Here b naught, b1, b2, b3. A naught is 1, 1, 0, 1, 0. And what is b naught? It is 0, 1, 0, 0. When this b passes through the XOR circuit with the value of m0, we get the same b, right? So what would be the result of this XOR? 0, 0 and 0, 0, and 1, 0 generates 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 is 0. So the intermediate result we get is 0, 0, 1, 0. That is same as b. Okay, so b is not complemented here. When the value of m is 0, we'll get the same b after being passed through the complementer. And now this will get added to the adder. The carry that is coming from outside is 0, and the value of a is 1 here and b is 0. So when we add this, 0 plus 1 is 1. And the carry coming out of this would be 0, 1, 1, 0. So it is 1, 0, the carry is 1. 1 plus 0 plus 0 is 1, the carry is 0. And all three bits are zeros, result is 0 with the carry 0. So our result here is 0, 1, 0, 1. What is 0, 1, 0, 1? It's +5. And we'll take the second case with m as 1. Only we'll change the value of m and the results. Okay, so here it is 1. That means the operation that need to be performed is subtraction. So the value of b, okay, the subtraction need to be 2's complemented. And here when this value, the value of b passes through XR with the value of 1, okay, but the value of m is 1, 1, 0 generates 1, and 1, 1 generates 0, 1 and 0 becomes 1, and here 1. If you see this intermediate result, 1, 1, 0, 1, it is this is b, 0, 0, 1, 0, and here is 1, 1, 0, 1. It is the 1's complement of b. Okay, as it is subtraction, when it is passed through the complementer, when the value of b passed through the complementer with the value of m as 1, it generates the complement of b. And it is just the 1's complement. To find the 2's complement, we add 1 here. The input carry is 1. So when it is added to the to this, we get the 2's complement. Here it is 1. And what we add, 1 plus 1 plus 1 becomes 1, 1. So the carry is 1 here. 0 plus 1 plus 1 is 1, 0 with the carry 1. 1 plus 0 plus 1 is again 1, 0 with the carry 1. 1 plus 1 plus 0 is 1, 0 with the carry 1. Okay. So the result here is 0, 0, 0, 1. So the operation we have performed here is 3 minus 2. Okay, we perform subtraction because the value of m is 1 here. The complementary circuit complement 2, okay, complements the subtrahend, and that is added to the minuend to get this result. This is equal to 1. 3 minus 2 is 1. I have shown this part of the circuit. The complementer, when m is 0, how addition is directly performed, and when m is 1, how bits are complemented and it is added to A. Okay, and the other components of this circuit is E. Okay, once parallel adder adds A and B, the result is stored and it loads the sum in register A. We don't have a third register here. The sum is stored in A register. And we have two other bits. One is E and the other one is, this is add overflow flip-flop. Okay, AVF is add overflow flip-flop. Okay, and E is to store the carry. Whatever the carry we get out of addition, okay, out of the sign bit. We have 4 bits, and from the fourth bit is the sign bit. Out of that, the carry comes out, okay, that is stored in E. And what is overflow?